What's going on, Sooner Nation? The Oklahoma Sooners and Ben Arbuckle, they got an announcement that a top 10 quarterback is going to be taking an official visit this summer. However, if you're an Oklahoma fan, maybe you should be a little concerned about what the potential future of this quarterback room could look like in terms of who's currently committed and who could be committing. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to have you all join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. Give me your thoughts. Do you think Oklahoma will land Bo Bentley or Jaden O'Neal in the 26th class? Additionally, if you're in the minority that think Oklahoma can land two elite quarterbacks, I want to hear that. I want to hear y'all's take on that because, listen, in the day of NIL, in this era, I just don't think it's likely that Oklahoma or really any other school can land two elite level quarterbacks like that. Everybody wants to be able to get on the field as soon as possible. Obviously, paying people to come to your school, I think anybody can do that. But everybody wants to see the field as soon as possible. And getting two elite quarterbacks in the same cycle, I think is just really hard to do, especially when their games are completely different and kind of the scheme that the offensive coordinator is currently running kind of favors the guy that they're trying to recruit over the guy they have committed. Yeah, you hear me. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about Bo Bentley today. Bo Bentley has an official visit currently scheduled with Oklahoma from June 13th through June 15th. Now, this is a particularly odd weekend for an official visit because the weekend before that, June 6th through the 8th, where he will be at the University of Georgia, Oklahoma is slated to have a ton of official visitors with a bunch of elite prospects. The week of the Champion Barbecue, June 20th through June 22nd, he's going to be at LSU. And that's also, again, one of Oklahoma's weekends where they love to get uncommitted visitors because generally, if you're uncommitted during that time, you don't leave campus uncommitted if you really want to join on the Oklahoma Sooners potential 2026 class, or any class, any recruiting class. So June 13th to the 15th, I think there might be one guy that is slated on that weekend. Might be one, or Bo might literally be the only guy. So he's going to get the red carpet rolled out to him that weekend. Now, obviously, there's still time for them to schedule other official visits during that week. But right now, it appears the Oklahoma staff wants to go all in on Bo Bentley. And it's the top 10 quarterback in the entire 2026 class. Given on who you talk to, you will agree with that or not agree with it. But for the Oklahoma Sooner fans, normally we look at this and we're super excited. You're ecstatic. This is incredible news. But Oklahoma currently has a quarterback in Jaden O'Neal, currently committed in this class, who's the number 11th ranked quarterback. And listen, he's real close to Bo Bentley in the rankings. He can pass Bo Bentley. And in fact, I think Jaden O'Neal has the higher ceiling when it comes to especially going to the NFL and potentially having a pro career, right? Because when you look at dual threat quarterbacks that have made it in the NFL, if you count Jalen Hurts as a dual threat quarterback, I think he's really the only guy that's really done anything in terms of winning a Super Bowl. Like Lamar Jackson won MVPs, but never been able to get to the Super Bowl, right? Kyler Murray hasn't been able to get past maybe the first round. Not super familiar there with the Cardinals' history. Josh Allen out there at the Buffalo Bills, again, can't get past Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship. And Baker Mayfield got to the AFC Championship, but couldn't get past Patrick Mahomes. And so you look at what Oklahoma currently has committed in Jaden O'Neal. Would Jaden O'Neal stay committed in this class if Bo Bentley jumped on board? And I think that's kind of been the conversation amongst Sooner fans and on the boards and on the Twitters and everything else. And I just don't think it's realistically possible, right? I just don't think you're going to want a guy of a guy of Jaden O'Neal's caliber is going to want to stay committed to a university that is not committed to him. And that's quite frankly what it is, right? Since Ben Arbuckle came in as the offensive coordinator, as the head coach, as the offensive coordinator, not the head coach, he has changed the recruiting strategy. Remember, Jaden O'Neal committed when Seth Littrell was the offensive coordinator here. So he is stuck through an offensive coordinator change. He's stuck through a bad season with Oklahoma, and yet he's being recruited over by Oklahoma's new offensive coordinator. And you know what? Ben Arbuckle is completely in the right of getting whoever he wants. Bo Bentley is an extremely talented kid, really good quarterback. Not saying that he doesn't work here at Oklahoma. But in terms of draftability, Jaden O'Neal, I think, has the higher ceiling. I think he has the higher ceiling as an NFL prospect. And I think the higher ceiling throughout college, because although I think there's been this narrative that he's a statue, right? That he's going to get back there and he's not mobile at all, which isn't true. Cam Ward is one of the top quarterback prospects here in this 25 NFL draft. And he's mobile, but he's also a pocket passer. But when Cam Ward needs to escape the pocket, scramble, use his feet, he can do that. And Jaden O'Neal is a very similar type of quarterback to Cam Ward. And remember, Cam Ward was originally molded by Ben Arbuckle. And Ben Arbuckle, when he came to the University of Oklahoma, said that he would mold his scheme to the personnel that is currently there. Again, totally in his right to recruit whoever he wants, but he already had a quarterback in Jaden O'Neal currently committed. So you look at the consequences that this could have by continuing to lead your quarterback recruitment with Bo Bentley. While you have a current quarterback, elite quarterback currently committed to your class, if you're Oklahoma, there's a good chance that maybe you don't end up with either Bo or Jaden O'Neal. Because again, why would Jaden O'Neal want to stay as a secondary option to Ben Arbuckle when he just recruited over him for months if Bo Bentley decides to go to an LSU? The reason why I say LSU is because I don't think Georgia's a viable option, because if Georgia gets Jared Curtis, which it seems like that's where it's trending, LSU is a school that really needs a quarterback because they missed on one last cycle. And so if you're the Oklahoma Sooners, I think there's a lot that both quarterbacks can provide you. I think both quarterbacks can get you onto a winning mode and keep you set up for the future. But at the end of the day, you have one committed, a guy that has great relationships with other recruits on the recruiting trail. And it feels like you're leading with a guy like Bo Bentley. Now, Bo Bentley commits to the University of Oklahoma. We'll have to kind of see what kind of leader he can be and what kind of class that he can put together. Because Bo Bentley, I think, has a bright future in college football. It's just a little odd that you're trying to use the excuse of we need two quarterbacks in this class, but trying to recruit two quarterbacks that are starting level quarterbacks. It'd be one thing if this was like what you did in 23, where you got Jackson Arnold and then got a guy like Brandon Zerbrug, who probably knew he was always going to be a backup at the University of Oklahoma. Like there was never a real path for him to be a starter here, right? In that situation, I think is a little different than what Oklahoma's doing right now. But I want to hear from y'all. So join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. Give me your thoughts. Who do you think Oklahoma ends up landing at the end of the cycle? Is it a Bo Bentley? Is it Jaden O'Neal? Or again, are you a part of the minority that thinks Oklahoma can land two elite quarterbacks? Jump in the comments and let me know. We'll see you guys next time.